I'm Chef Reactions, and a couple weeks ago, my friend Cody and I went to Las Vegas to go see UFC, but I forgot to record an intro. Welcome to Sin City.
It's a chef reaction. Monotonic fraction. 10 out of 10. I eat the whole damn thing. It's a chef reaction.
Like I said, we were in Vegas to go to UFC 296, courtesy of OnLocation. OnLocation does VIP experiences at UFC, WWE, Super Bowl, things like that. And for this one, we got a chance to go to the weigh-ins and the press conferences the day before the fights. And they say some pretty wild shit at these press conferences. I was shocked, to be honest with you. But it was a fun experience. We got to meet some fighters as well. And then went to a UFC VIP experience after party at Brewdog, where we had a couple drinks. There was food too, but honestly, we didn't have any because we were getting ready to go to dinner at Best Friend, which is Roy Choi's signature restaurant at the Park MGM. We both went with a tasting menu, which is $75 a person, which is not unreasonable, especially for a restaurant in Vegas. Everything was delicious except for those tacos. Way too much sesame. Overall, 8 out of 10 experience. Next morning, EGGSLUT for breakfast. Here at EGGSLUT in the Cosmopolitan Hotel in Las Vegas, we had breakfast. First of all, I don't like waiting in lines. It's established. We waited about 25 minutes to get the order taken and about another 20 to 25 minutes, probably 20 minutes, for the food. Got 2 breakfast sandwiches, hash browns, a coddled egg, a coffee, and an orange juice for $62. Okay, it's fine. It's a like 8 out of 10 breakfast sandwich. It's not worth waiting in line for. After breakfast, we walked our EGGSLUT asses over to the Bellagio to see some sights like this glass sculpture and the famous flower displays. This gets changed 4 times a year, and it's fucking gorgeous. Would recommend. In front of Hell's Kitchen at Caesar's Palace, Gordon Ramsay restaurant, obviously. This is the only Gordon Ramsay restaurant I've ever been to, and I'm not even gonna lie. It was like a 9.5 out of 10 experience. It was really good, and I was surprised because it's a tourist trap. Obviously, it's based off a fucking TV show. But it was really good, really, really good. Would recommend if you're gonna do a Gordon Ramsay restaurant, do this one. Remember that, and my general reverence for Gordon Ramsay for when I shit on his awful burger in a couple minutes. Caesar's is my favorite hotel in all of Las Vegas. It's like the most Vegas that ever Vegas. Also, The Hangover. Caesar's has a fond space in my heart because when I was a kid, they did WrestleMania 9 there in 1993. So I always said that when I grow up and eventually went to Vegas, I would want to go to Caesar's Palace. So I'm not a big gambler, but I am big on getting free shit. So here's a tip. If you're gonna fucking lose your money anyways, sign up for one of these players rewards cards. You get points back when you lose your money, which you will because it's Vegas. So at least maybe you get a buffet or some shit, I don't know. After that, we just kind of walked around for a bit, killed some more time before the fights, went to CVS for some water, had Chipotle because we're pieces of shit. Then it was time to go to UFC 296. Shout out to Chalkline for giving me this sick NWO jacket. I swear I got like 50 compliments on it. We then went to the OnLocation VIP hospitality suite, say that 5 times fast, for some drinks, some food, chance to meet some fighters, and watch the prelims. I spend a lot of time smoking outside because that's kind of what I do. This was my first UFC experience, and honestly, doing it with OnLocation was probably the best way to do it for a first timer or for a seasoned fan too. The fights were a lot of fun to watch. Really enjoyed watching Leon Edwards stomp out Colby Covington. Won some money on that too. And got a chance to go into the octagon afterwards, which was surprisingly bouncy. I should point out that this is not paid promotion, but I didn't have to pay to go to UFC, so shout out to OnLocation. I'm going to post a link to them in the description to this video. Now, for the fun stuff. We went to Gordon Ramsay Burger afterwards, and let me tell you, it was fucking terrible. I'm a fan of Gordon Ramsay. I respect what he's done in the restaurant world and on TV, but this burger sucked so bad. These Cisco-ass fries, $26 for this mid burger that had basically a whole tomato on it. Don't even ask Cody about it because he will be way harsher than I am. But it was like a 2 out of 10. The bun was actually decent. The next day, we were joined by our good friend Chris, who you may know as @NotJustABartender on all social media. He's a bartender in Vegas, if you ask me, the bartender in Vegas. And we went for a lovely breakfast at Winnie Ethel's, which is a diner-style place. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Everything was made with care, made with love, and reasonably priced. Afterwards, we went to Chris's apartment because we had to see him in his environment making us some drinks. I'm not even a big drinker, but you don't go to Italy and not have the fucking pasta, you know what I mean? 10 out of 10 does not even describe Chris or these drinks accurately enough because he's a gem. He also let me make out with his dog, which is cool. Speaking of 10 out of 10 gems, one person you don't see in this video is Cody, @CodyTryStuff, who's actually behind the camera the whole time, but was making us laugh the entire time as well. What a great guy. We went to Fremont Street during the day, which is very different than at nighttime, let me tell you. And then we went to the old sign graveyard, which is pretty much exactly what it sounds like, just a bunch of old signs. It's pretty cool. You get to see signs like this, Stardust, Riviera, Hard Rock. You get to see me being a fucking YouTubing asshole. Oh my God, look at this thumbnail pose, whatever. It's just, you're there for like maybe 20 minutes. We then went to a place called the Hard Hat Lounge, which is a true hidden gem off the strip. They make these smash burgers, and let me tell you, they are the complete opposite of those Gordon Ramsay burgers. I would give these a 9.5 out of 10. I would give the Hard Hat Lounge itself a 10 out of 10. We got to meet the owners and the whole team there. What a great group of people. For dinner, we headed back to the strip and we went to the Cosmopolitan, where we went to Jaleo by Jose Andres. We got the chef's tasting menu, also known as Jose's Way, which is $125 per person. And I now know that Jose's Way means eating until you can't fucking move, because we got sent so much food, just plate after plate of delicious Spanish tapas. One of my favorite meals in Vegas, if not the best meal we had while we were there, in my opinion anyway. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10, not only because of the food, but also because our server was knowledgeable, attentive, didn't force us to get anything that we didn't want or need, and just gave us an incredible experience. Those shrimp were delicious. Coffee and some tasty baked goods to finish the meal before I turned myself into another baked good walking down the strip. Be prepared to do a lot of fucking walking. You think to yourself, everything looks relatively close. I assure you it's not. Do make sure that you check out the fountains at the Bellagio, though. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. The next morning, Chris picked us up and we went to Lotus of Siam, which you may know from seeing Anthony Bourdain come here. This was his favorite Thai food and a place that everybody said I had to come. So we definitely had to make our way out and have some lunch here at Lotus of Siam. Everything was fresh, authentic, and delicious. A little expensive for Thai food, but fuck, that's Vegas. Overall, I would give Lotus of Siam a 9 out of 10. We then went to the Pinball Hall of Fame, which is good because it's free, apart from having to drop a couple quarters, but that's a small price to pay to just kill some time and have some old school fun with your friends. Got to play 24 pinball, which was cool. Would definitely recommend coming here to kill some time. Our last stop of the trip was the famous Golden Tiki bar, and this place was really cool. We had a couple of drinks, just chilled, but we were gassed at this point. Vegas is a fun town, but anything more than 72 hours is a little much for me. Also, I brought home the flu from hell, so that was good because it made Christmas and New Year's pretty fucking miserable. Anywho.
It's a shame.